Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast, where we help you become a confident English speaker. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm Bill, your co-host. Today, we are diving into a fantastic method to boost your English speaking skills: shadowing. Yes, you heard that right. Shadowing English speaking practice.
Exactly. Shadowing is an incredibly effective technique for improving your pronunciation, fluency, and listening skills. But don't worry if you're new to it. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to practice shadowing effectively.
That's right. We will guide you step by step, share useful tips, and even show you how to avoid common mistakes.
And for those who are new here, this podcast is all about helping English learners like you speak English naturally and confidently.
So, if you want to enhance your English skills and speak like a native, you're in the right place.
So, Bill, before we get started, can you quickly explain what shadowing is in simple words?
Of course! Shadowing is a technique where you listen to someone speaking in English and immediately repeat what they say. It's like being an English-speaking shadow.
Perfectly explained. And in this episode, we will show you why shadowing is powerful, how to do it correctly, and some advanced tips.
We will also share real-world examples and guide you step by step, so you can start practicing right away.
So, whether you are a beginner or an advanced learner, this episode is perfect for you. Ready, Bill?
Absolutely! Let's dive in and help our listeners become better English speakers.
All right, let's start by understanding what shadowing really is. Bill, you gave a simple definition earlier, but let's go a bit deeper. Shadowing is more than just repeating what someone says, right?
Exactly, Sarah. Shadowing is an active learning technique. When you shadow, you are not only repeating the words, but also trying to match the speaker's pronunciation, tone, rhythm, and even emotion.
That's right. And the idea is to train your brain to process English in real time, just like a native speaker.
Absolutely. It's like training your speaking muscles and your listening skills at the same time.
There are actually three main types of shadowing. The first one is instant shadowing. You repeat immediately after the speaker without any delay.
Exactly. Then we have delayed shadowing. You listen first and then repeat after a short pause. It helps with understanding and pronunciation.
And finally, we have repetition shadowing. You listen to a phrase or sentence, pause, and then try to say it as accurately as possible.
These types help learners at different levels. For beginners, repetition is great, while advanced learners can try instant shadowing.
But Bill, why is shadowing so powerful for language learners?
Great question. Shadowing forces you to focus on sounds, pronunciation, and natural expressions. You learn how native speakers actually speak, not just the textbook way.
Exactly. It's like copying a native speaker in real time, which means you are learning to think and speak faster in English.
So, listeners, now that you understand what shadowing is, let's talk about how to get started with it effectively.
All right, now that we understand what shadowing is, let's talk about how to start shadowing effectively. Bill, where should our listeners begin?
Great question, Sarah. The first step is choosing the right audio or video source. Start with something clear and slow, like podcasts, audiobooks, or YouTube videos designed for learners.
That's a great start. So first, pick the right material. What's next?
Next, listen carefully to a small section first. This helps you understand the words and pronunciation. Don't rush to repeat immediately.
Exactly. Step 3 is to start shadowing by repeating immediately after the speaker. If it's too fast, you can try a slower playback speed.
Absolutely. And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. The goal is to practice and improve, not to be perfect.
Another great tip is to focus on short sentences first. Once you are comfortable, you can try longer sentences or even full conversations.
And one more thing, record yourself. When you listen to your own voice, you can hear your pronunciation and identify areas to improve.
Perfect tip, Bill. Recording helps you track your progress.
So, listeners, these are the basics of starting shadowing. Choose your audio, listen carefully, repeat immediately, focus on short sections, and record yourself.
And remember, practice makes perfect. The more you do it, the more fluent you will become.
Exactly. So, are you ready to learn how to avoid common mistakes in shadowing? Let's talk about that next.
Bill, a lot of learners try shadowing but often make some common mistakes. Can you share some of the most frequent ones?
Sure, Sarah. The first common mistake is rushing. Many learners try to shadow fast speakers without really understanding them.
That's true, and it often leads to frustration and giving up too soon. Another mistake is choosing audio that's too difficult, like complex podcasts or native speed movies.
Exactly. It's important to start with slow, clear content before moving to more advanced material.
Another mistake is ignoring pronunciation and intonation. Just repeating words without focusing on how they're said won't help improve your speaking skills.
Good point. And some learners don't practice consistently or give up too soon because they don't see immediate results.
So, to avoid these mistakes, learners should start slow, pick clear and appropriate content, pay close attention to pronunciation and rhythm, and be patient and consistent.
Absolutely. And remember, making mistakes is part of the learning process. The key is to keep practicing and learning from those mistakes.
Now that our listeners know how to start shadowing and avoid common mistakes, let's talk about some advanced techniques to take their practice to the next level. Bill, what's the first advanced tip?
One powerful technique is to shadow with emotion and expression. Instead of just copying words, try to match the speaker's tone, feelings, and energy. This makes your speaking sound more natural and engaging.
That sounds interesting. So it's not just about words, but also about how you say them?
Exactly. Another technique is to shadow different types of materials, like news reports, interviews, movies, or even songs. This exposes you to a variety of speaking styles and vocabulary.
I like that. It keeps practice fun and challenging. What else can learners do?
Try shadowing with different speeds. Start slow, then gradually increase to normal or even fast speed. This helps your brain and mouth get used to real-life conversations.
That's a great way to improve both listening and speaking at the same time. Any tips on practicing with others?
Yes, practice shadowing in pairs or groups. You can take turns reading and shadowing. This builds confidence and makes learning social and motivating.
Awesome tips, Bill. So, advanced shadowing is about adding expression, varying materials and speed, and practicing socially.
Exactly. These advanced techniques will help learners sound more fluent and natural over time.
Bill, learning a new language can be challenging, and shadowing might feel difficult at first. What advice do you have for our listeners to stay motivated?
Great question, Sarah. The key is to celebrate small wins. Every time you complete a shadowing session, you're improving, even if it doesn't feel perfect yet.
Absolutely. Consistency beats perfection. Even just a few minutes every day adds up to big progress over time.
And don't compare yourself to others. Everyone learns at their own pace. Focus on your journey and enjoy the process.
Another tip is to remind yourself why you started learning English in the first place, your goals, dreams, or reasons that matter to you.
Yes, keeping your why in mind keeps you motivated through tough times. And remember, every expert was once a beginner.
So true. Keep practicing, be patient, and your efforts will pay off.
You've got this, listeners. Keep shadowing, keep improving, and don't give up.
Wow, Bill. What an amazing journey we've taken today exploring shadowing and how it can boost our English speaking skills.
Absolutely, Sarah. Remember, shadowing is a powerful tool, and with practice, anyone can improve their fluency and confidence.
If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the English Learning Podcast for more helpful tips.
And don't forget to leave a comment telling us about your shadowing experiences or questions. We love hearing from you.
Thanks for joining us today. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Happy shadowing, everyone!